Chapter 18, The Cost of Victory. As dawn broke over the smoldering remains of the alien command center, Lyra stood amid the wreckage, her silhouette stark against the rising sun. The battlefield was a grim tableau of victory, littered with the remnants of what had been a fierce and costly fight. Lyra's gaze drifted across the fallen soldiers. Their sacrifices were a heavy price for their fragile triumph. Zara joined her side, his face shadowed with the same grief that clouded her heart. Together, they walked through the battlefield, pausing to honor the fallen. At the body of a particularly young recruit, Lyra knelt, her hand gently closing the soldier's open eyes. "We will remember them," Zara said quietly, his voice rough with emotion. "We'll make sure their sacrifices weren't in vain." Lyra nodded, her throat tight with unshed tears. "They believed in what we fought for. We owe them our future." Back at the refuge, tensions escalated. In the command room, General Maddox, Lyra, and Zara confronted the officer accused of treason. The dimly lit room buzzed with the tense energy of betrayed trust. "You jeopardized everything we've worked for," Maddox growled, his eyes fixed on the officer. The officer's face was pale, his hands bound in front of him. "My family was threatened. I thought I had no other choice." Lyra stepped forward, her presence commanding silence. "This war demands more from us than simple survival," she said firmly. "It demands integrity. But we will handle this through proper channels. No one here is above the law." Later, as Lyra sorted through the salvaged alien technology, she discovered a hidden compartment. Inside, a small, ornate box held a holographic message device. With a flick of a switch, the image of Shadow appeared, his familiar form belying the weight of his message. "The balance of power is more fragile than you know," Shadow's recorded voice echoed in the confined space. "My abduction was not random. It was calculated, part of a larger plan you are only beginning to uncover." Lyra replayed the message, each word sinking deep. The implications were enormous, not just for the war, but for the understanding of their place in the universe. Gathering with Maddox and Zara later, Lyra shared her findings. The trio stood around a holographic map of the region, plotting their next move while grappling with the implications of Shadow's message. "We need to reassess our strategies," Maddox declared, his finger tracing possible routes on the map. "If the aliens knew about Shadow, they might know more than we've anticipated." Zara, leaning over the map, added, "Then we use that. If they think they can anticipate our moves, we'll be unpredictable. We change our tactics, hit them where they least expect." Lyra, thoughtful, chimed in. "And we find out why Shadow is so important to them. There's more at play here than just a war over territory." As the meeting disbanded, Lyra felt a renewed sense of purpose. They had won a critical battle, yes, but the war was far from over. She looked out over the refuge, her resolve hardening. They would need to be smarter, stronger, and more united than ever. "We've come this far," she spoke to Zara as they prepared to leave the command center. "We'll go further. For our fallen, for our future." The day was winding down, but for Lyra and her team, the fight was just entering a new phase. As they walked back through the corridors of the refuge, their shadows long in the sunset's light, there was a palpable sense of anticipation. The next chapter of their fight was just beginning, and they were ready.